everyone, it's Rebecca Gabrielle here for another daily card reading, and it's Wednesday the 25th of November. I hope you are well. We are halfway through the week, the last week in November, can you believe it? Now this morning I pulled a card from the Fairy Tarot deck and I looked at the card, and you know what? I did what I shouldn't be doing, and that is I questioned the card. I looked into it and read and went, no, surely that's not the card for today's general collective reading. So I then went and pulled a card from the Wisdom of Oracle deck, and you know what? Different card, but same message. So I'm going to give it to you both because clearly this is a message that people need to hear from the divine. So let's get started. So the first card was from this deck here, and it's called the Ten of Autumn. So I'm going to read it to you today. So the Ten of Autumn is all about financial security, focus on family connections, and how important that is at the moment. Now, it's probably not surprising that this card came up when we have our friends in the Northern Hemisphere celebrating, Thanksgiving Day coming up this weekend, and then not too far away we have other beautiful celebrations, including Christmas at the end of December. So there is an emphasis. Obviously there's more discussion, there's talk about family connections at the moment, and sometimes this brings up some challenges for people at this time of the year. We'd love to have everything to be working smoothly between each other, but that's not always the case. But Spirit is saying family connections are important. It's really an opportune time for us to honour the heritage of our family and to be proud of who they are. Now, that's not to say that all family history is smooth and happy and flowing, but there is something in it where we can find gems. You know, here we are living a life which we are very, very grateful for. We are here on this earth learning and growing, not only growing within ourselves, but also learning what it is to grow with others, what it is to connect with others. We may come from different backgrounds and different landscapes, but from a soul perspective, we are all one and the same. And this is what we need to remember when it comes time to celebrating family around our beautiful traditions that we have. Let's focus on the connections that we have, the love that is there and that is possible, rather than our differences. So now is a really good time to start thinking about the future. What kind of future do you want to create in terms of family, in terms of security? Now, if we're talking about your immediate family, there is some aspect of this reading that's talking about financial security. So making plans for the financial security of your family, the education, the health care, it could be retirement plans. All of these things are really important to focus on at the moment. And to do it now so that you don't have to worry about it in the future. And that's the point of it all. It's to make plans and to prepare now to avoid the discomfort later in life. Yeah, okay. So a happy family spends time together when we are sharing the harvest. I really love that. Now, pears in this card, there are pears on the tree, believe it or not. Pears represent a harvest, symbol of prosperity, and that they provide for the year, for the needs of the family for years to come. So that's all about preparing and planning for the family, investing in the family, for the security of the family. Ultimately, my friends, we are all family. From a soul perspective, we are all family. So let's keep that in mind. Let's keep what is common to us, what is our essential spiritual connection at the forefront of our hearts and our minds, rather than the differences. So that seems to be a very important message for today. And that was backed up, sorry, I've got a lot of outside noises around me today. That was backed up by the Fates card from the Wisdom of Oracle deck. Now I'm going to read this one to you. The Fates card does speak about karma, which is not bad, good or bad. It's about accepting things as they are, things that cannot change, things that are beyond our ability to change. Now this message came up during the week as well, about accepting. We had an acceptance card during the week. accepting things as they are. So you may be familiar with the Serenity Prayer. And the Serenity Prayer sums up the meaning of this card, which goes, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There are things in life that we will never have control over, and that is something we do need to learn to accept. There are conditions brought on by the evolution of the collective, that's all of us, by nature, by our past experiences. Some of these things are preordained by Spirit, for a greater purpose that we will perhaps never understand in this lifetime. And that's why part of the idea of having the spirit of acceptance is releasing the need to know everything, the need to understand everything, because quite simply there are many things in this physical realm and in the spiritual realm that we may not understand. So if you are in a place at the moment where you are questioning things, wondering why certain events took place, why people do certain things, and you really want to know and you have a desire to know and it's really bothering you, Spirit is saying, you know what, just let it go. Release from that need to know and that need to understand other people even. Sometimes people are just beyond our ability to understand them. This is what we need to come to, is this spirit of acceptance. Accept what we can't possibly know, what we can't possibly control. We're going to bring a lot of inner peace too and really help relations between each other when we just learn to accept. So this is the wisdom of the Serenity Prayer. Now in this particular deck it gives us an opportunity to look at the relationship message as well as prosperity. So in terms of relationships, other people are who they are. Are you being challenged at the moment to really try to understand someone and you just can't seem to get in their head and understand why do they think that way? Why do they have that perspective? Why do they do those things? Well, you can't change them. And it may be that you never will understand exactly why they are the way they are. So it's not about trying to change them, it's about accepting them as they are. And really doing your best to not try to change them to suit you. It is natural human behaviour that we want other people to be like us. And gosh, we invest a lot of time and energy and effort trying to convince people of our perspective or to take on board the things that we like. And we do get really upset when somebody isn't the way we are. And we will argue about it and we'll debate about it. But truly Spirit is saying, why are you doing that? Just accept that they are different. They will see things differently and do things differently. You will create peace when you learn to accept. So yes, think about how you have in the past perhaps done that and how maybe you've tried to mould someone to fit the way you are, your point of view. If we continue to do that, of course, it is damaging to relationships. And rather than create discomfort and disharmony, let's all do our best to learn to accept things and to accept people as they are. So as we do this, we are also learning to accept that Spirit is a part of this process. Spirit is involved in our relationships, involved in the timing of our lives and the way things are unfolding. And another important aspect here in terms of relationships is unconditional love. Being on that growing soul journey, part of that growth and understanding is learning to love unconditionally, and that of course is also about the spirit of acceptance. We are all on our own journey, and certainly each of us, the way our journey plays out is going to be different to the next person. So having an expectation that someone's going to learn or have an awareness or experience something in the same way is ridiculous, because it's not possible. We're all doing our own learning and being on our own journey in our own way. So at the moment there may be for some of you a particular person in mind that you're thinking about where this has been a situation that you've been challenged by for the both of you. So right now, both of you in this relationship are being asked to learn to accept and to not try to change the other person. And this is all about growing to be a better version of yourself. So let's take a look now at the prosperity side of this message. Your experiences concerning prosperity and abundance right now are also beyond your control. Isn't that interesting? And don't we love to have control? We are so uncomfortable when we don't get to control, for instance, our financial situation. It is very unsettling. But Spirit is saying, actually, you know what? This is another one of those moments where you're just going to have to, you're being invited to accept the situation in how it is, what it is, unreservedly. And as you do, just take that pressure off yourself in this moment, okay? It could be a temporary situation that has been put upon you from outside forces where you don't have control over your financial situation. So this may be a specific message for some of you. So Spirit is saying there is actually a reason for this. There is an underlying divine purpose here at work, and you at the moment can't see what that purpose is. So it could be that you're thrown into a situation that you're unprepared for right now, and you may not understand how it's going to benefit you right now. But Spirit is saying, if this is you, if this is resonating with your situation where you feel that you have no control over your financial situation due to an event, Spirit is saying just relax, okay? This is just a temporary situation, and there is going to be a benefit for you ultimately. So just write it out and see where this situation is going to go. Just surrender to it. Do your best just to let go and go, you know what, it is out of my hands. There is nothing I can do right now. And allow serenity to drop in for you. And as you do that, you're going to find an inner peace where you're able to make better choices going forward. So times will change and things are indeed going to flourish for you, but you've got to let go and stop resisting or pushing or forcing something to happen. In this moment, this is the guidance for you today, to just release from that particular situation. Interesting. Okay. Now, there is a protection message that goes with this card. Sometimes it's difficult to understand why painful things happen to good people. Fate is a mystery, after all. Yet, what we do with our circumstances and the way we respond to life's challenges is how we rise up to meet our destiny. Now is one of those times to be aware of your powerlessness to change certain situations and to surrender to acceptance. Hang in there. Life will only get better. Act as if you believe that. For the only thing you can control right now is your attitude and your response to the situation. When you align with the fates, being mindful of what you can and cannot change, serenity is going to be with you. So what a powerful message for today. Wow. So it really is, again, all about acceptance. And of course that beautiful message around family. So just doing a recap, looking at the 10 of Autumn here is all about family connections and how important that is at the moment. So if you're feeling the tensions within the family at the moment with upcoming events, please just keep in mind, Spirit is urging you to remember that family is important and we are all connected at a soul level. If we can let go at the moment any past experiences, past hurts and wounds, and just rise above all of that noise, and remember that we are one and the same, and let's focus on that at this point in time. Now the 10 of Autumn has got a preparation and a planning message that comes with it to plan for your family, plan for the future in terms of security, finances, healthcare, retirement, education for your young ones, plan today so that you can be free of worry in the future. And that way you're going to create a harvest for the future. That's a beautiful message for Thanksgiving, isn't it? To truly be thankful for what we have and to plan for the future so we can extend that beautiful harvest into the future. And you know, if there are challenging family dynamics at the moment, let's practice the art of the spirit of acceptance, okay, and do our best to accept the things that we cannot change, and just to let go of wanting to change people to fit us, and let go of the current challenge you may have around your finances and your prosperity. Just know that Spirit is working behind the scenes to aid you and to bring about a positive situation. So that was quite a reading for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you get something out of that message that's going to be a good aha moment for you as you work your way through this week. Go easy on yourself, go easy with others, come to a place of peace and serenity inside, and hopefully you will feel a great deal better. My friends, I'm going to post this on YouTube, Instagram and Facebook, so watch out for Living with Spice. Lots of love to you, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye now.